Survivors we are, survivors we are. Are you ready for the journey? Kronos Karim is the name, yes indeed. Survivors we are.
Hi, Kronos Karim here. It's a constant struggle, the balance of life. We're always in some kind of battle. If it's not struggling with day-to-day life, it's mentally exhausting yourself over something. But if we take a moment for ourselves, each day or week, it can make a difference. Now, I'm from a very religious upbringing. We were given thoughts of the day, parables of life, do's, don'ts, on the ways to a better life. I mean, it all sinks in. It gives me a better understanding of my faith, if anything. I stick to my principles, I don't cross the line. How do I try to be as good as I can? Yada, yada, yada. I was taught when you're going to bed, think about the wrong things you've done, connect with God, and promise you won't do it again. I wouldn't say I'm the world's biggest thinker, but I do like to analyse things from time to time. So I looked at that basic principle I had as a child. If you sin, which would be my biggest stress problem as a child, ask for forgiveness basically, which in a way, it's taking time out of your day-to-day to focus on what you've done. Address it, realise it's not good, give yourself some kind of positive reinforcement, God will forgive you, and hopefully you won't do it again. Easier said than done, right? But it's the principle. Now, I've been to counselling when I lost my dad, another time just to analyse where my head was when I lost my second wife. And they had this technique in group therapy, which was to take time out of your week to address one of the issues you're stressing out from. Now, it takes courage to face up to something that stresses you out, and even more courage to take time out of your week and focus only on that problem. So we're told to write one thing down, something that causes us to kind of snowball or could be part of a vicious circle. And then the next week, so 7 days later, we're supposed to have at least one positive step to facing it or how we could fix it. Now, for some people, it's so easy, as life is full of ups and downs and you should just go with the flow. But for many of us, including yours truly, writing down that one thing and addressing it in some kind of shape or form is very daunting. Breakups are hard, dealing with the loss of a loved one, sometimes not even knowing what your problem is. You find it hard to wake up, overthinking things, not thinking enough, the fear of death, addiction. I mean, there are millions of things, to name a few, and they can suffocate you and fester on your brain all day long, all night long. When my first wife left me with our son, I felt heartbroken, completely shattered, no energy, can't breathe, can't eat, can't maintain myself, always feeling like I'm in a constant state of retching, because of too much crying. Now, I'm not going to say how long that lasted, but needless to say, that was a problem I couldn't find myself taking time out from. That's a real challenging scenario of constant stress. Well, you're sinking, aren't you? And there's no way you can cope. But I have vowed to myself, no other person should be able to do that to me. I'm in control, and I shouldn't let it affect me or my quality of life, my health, my family. But it's a story for another time. I'm talking about something you can look at without it consuming your days. You know, take your time once a week, take a deep breath, relax. What you've done, what it is that's stressing you out, address it, realize it's not good, give yourself some kind of positive reinforcement. Sound familiar? Try it, see how it goes. Corim out.
Survivors we are.